Microphone's on, camera's on. This could be the best episode yet. Hello there viewers and welcome back to an episode of Boston Boys with me, Benji FM. Sorry recently's been a bit of a shambles, but hopefully back on track today. And if you enjoy this video, make sure you drop a like on it either now or at the end. Maybe wait to decide if you like it, but if you know that it's going to be good, drop a like now, let's get on with it. You can see then in the league table, we sit ourselves in 4th position, just ahead of Peterborough and Oxford, and just behind Millwall, Norwich and Walsall, who top the table. They're running away with it. Them and Norwich unbeaten so far this season, so maybe interesting games for us to come up against later on in the year. But the big news then is that Arturo Vidal with his 94% pass completion has got a back strain. He's getting on a little bit, 37 there, so understandable. Fitness wise, not his best, but regardless of that, still looking okay, and hopefully we'll still get a full season out of him, although this obviously isn't perfect. Injured, can you believe it? We have played one game since we last met. It was a 0-0 with Oxford. It was mundane, to put it lightly, viewers. Not much happened, a couple of bookings, and that was that. So today then, we're on telly, which I thought it would be a good game to bring you. Lincoln City away, we get £10,000 for that as well, so that's good. And then Peterborough away as well. And if you take a look at the league table, then you can see that Peterborough are just behind us, and Lincoln in 10th, not too far behind either, only 3 points in a local derby too. It should be quite exciting. But take a look at this, viewers. But Bigger Romana has still got the most amount of goals, and Arturo Vidal has stepped in as well. It's unbelievable stuff. Shane Quickmay is the best player in the league, apparently, based on average rating. 6'5", either left winger or forward. He looks decent. On loan from Aston Villa, it's basically cheating, isn't it, having players on loan? I say this with a couple of players on loan, viewers. It's fair enough. But you can see straight away from this league lineup then, we're going to have to change things around a little bit. A couple of injuries in our system, but luckily for us, we have planned for this. We're going to bring Pozzo in on one side, and then we're very close to welcoming back Chris Stevens, who I think we're going to give the first half to, and then put Madison on the bench, who can come on second half and replace him. Neither are fully fit, neither have had too much action this season because of injury or just not being selected. So hopefully you can turn that around a little bit. I'm considering putting Wardle on the bench. We'll leave it for now. Okay, here we go then. Into this one, we've got Burton in goal, France, Nelson, Raggett and Seddon. That's definitely becoming a back four this season. Jason McCarthy is close to Rob France, but Rob France going forward, delivery-wise, seems a lot stronger. Pozzo then, as mentioned, just in front with Johansson and Bigley Manor next to him. Alabusi one side, Stevens the other, and Marky Fletcher through the middle. I would have played Geldhart through the middle today, but he's got a hamstring injury as well, so it won't feature in this game or the next, which is annoying. But regardless, let's get into it then. As I said before, Lincoln away at Sincilbank. Let's get it. And everything's working, everything's on, everything's recorded. It's beautiful. All right, can we do the business against our local rivals, our Lincolnshire derby? Let's hopefully do the business. Come on, boys. They've got an interesting system, actually. Sort of a 3 or 5 at the back, wherever you look at it, with Brian Little up front, who's got 6 finishing and little finishing ability, but he's very quick, viewers, as is every player in this division, apparently. They've also got Steve Langley just behind, who's very quick, with not that much technical ability, apart from a good first touch. So we should, in theory, have more than them going forward and be able to deal with them defensively. Now, the last game we only played one since we last met, was a 0-0. It was poor, it was weak. Let's hope today is a little different then. They are in their traditional red and white, we are in our traditional black and orange. Let's see if we can do the biz. I've actually been to Sincilbank quite a few times, been on the pitch at Sincilbank, so you know, I've got a connection here, viewers. Although born in Boston, lots of family in Lincoln, and I've been to quite a few Lincoln games. I've also been to a Boston game last season, so you know. It's level, I think. Ball played in, though, as the first highlight of the game is quite a scrappy one at that. We're struggling to really get our foot on the ball and take control of this. And for a side who are known for their possession, you'd expect us to. Decent chance for them, though, as it remains 0-0 after 15 minutes. Free kick. James goes for it, hits the post and behind. Free kick for us though. Bigger Romana plays it in. Raggett's there. The massive Sean Raggett doesn't quite do it. Of course, Raggett, former Lincoln player, don't forget. So a big game for him, especially him. Jacob Butterfield has gone off for Lincoln, a player that's been around a few different clubs in English football. But it's a chance now with the 35 minutes on the clock. Can we find ourselves 1-0 up at half time? That's the goal, right? Stevens is on it. We've seen little from him so far, but we know his pace, dribbling and crossing ability could be utilised in a game like this. As Johansson out to France now. And I've said before, Rob France, great attacking contribution. Him and Alabusi failed to combine properly, but we might get a second bite at the cherry as Little breaks forward. 6 finishing. Can he finish it? 6 finishing. No, he can't. Of course he can't. Very, very quick. Can't finish his dinner. Rubbish. We've not had a shot on target, viewers. This is poor. It's a strange game because it's a derby. Form goes out the window, as they say. As a corner. Oh, my goodness me. It's cleared off the line. I'm not sure if it was France or Burton who launched it clear. But, yeah, one shot on target for us now. 58% possession. And Lincoln having the best of it as the home side. two tough away games here, but I thought it'd be good to show you them, as I say, we're quite close in the league. We're playing a few games at the moment, actually, that coincide with league placings. We're very, very close in terms of who we're facing. I think we play Bolton, not that far away, and maybe someone like Luton, I think, not too far too. So some interesting fixtures on the horizon. A point at the moment, though, will be enough, apparently, to take us into third. We'll stick with what we're doing, though, as it's played in. Our second half performances tend to have been relatively good, as that ball to Little, it looked offside to me, but he goes through on goal, and 6 finishing. That's what it'll do. There's not a huge amount of change we can make in attacking areas for this second half. As Raggett there at the front post, you're going to have to do a good corner to get it past him. Although Lincoln not finished yet, and they'll get themselves another corner. That I'm going to assume will be nothing, viewers. So let's just move on. Well, sort of. They scored, but he was well offside, and well, there you are then. He finished that, but only when he was cheating. So, nearly an hour gone here. Thinking about some changes. I think we mentioned it before. Madison's going to come for Stevens, we're trying to get back to full fitness, really. Hopefully, he'll be good enough for the next game. And Johansson's having a poor game out there, so we're going to bring Joe Allen on and switch him and Bigger Imano around. Yeah, someone mentioned in the comments, and they're right, playing Joe Allen in the box-to-box role, probably not his best work. But I did reply to that comment and said, well, it's just sentimental reasons. I remember him doing a similar job for Liverpool and enjoying it. But as an Mazzala, he gets a chance to sort of be a little bit more free in the system. So we'll see if we can get a goal, though. Corners be played in by Marky Fletcher, all the way to Preston, not the place, the player, as Marky Fletcher gets it back, doesn't quite get it into the area. Come on, Marky Fletcher, you've got to put a good delivery in. Finds Alabiusu, who's gone for goal, finds that near post, and Townsend beaten. His first goal of the season. Alabiusu having a quiet year, by all accounts, but that is a goal that matters. Marky Fletcher with the assist as well. Nice to see him involved. You can see it here in the 3 dimensions. Fletcher picks it up after a few attempts to put it into the centre, which are unsuccessful. Finally gets his opportunity. Alabiusu, great touch. Then with the left foot, a stumbling defender in front of him. But Alabiusu, did he stumble? No, he did not. 1-0 Boston. And now it's a case of trying to hold on to this, I think. We're going to go more defensive, as we're going to try and play out at the back here, which normally works quite well. But Burton panicked a little bit, did he? Heck. Lovely ball up to Madison. There could be a second goal for us as Judd goes in behind him. I mean, Madison seemed to freeze completely. Now, Lincoln with the chance. There's just over 10 minutes to go if you include a bit of added time onto this. And, of course, the pacey Lincoln attack could cause through all sorts of problems. Langley goes through, but with another good save. And it's time we make a change, I think. Conroy on for Nelson at the back. Conroy's a slightly better, well-rounded defender. So we're going to make that switch. As they've got a corner, though, which is probably a strange time to make the choice. As, yeah, Nelson's got good heading ability. This might not have been wise. But it wasted a bit of time. Never mind. As the time then looks to be ticking away, there's no time. I'm going to leave it as is. As you suspect then, in the Lincolnshire derby, it's going to be Boston 1, Lincoln 0, and it is indeed 20 points for us. Just a point behind Norwich now as we push for another promotion. Of course, last season, it didn't happen for us, but well done, lads. Great performance. They all look delighted as well. On to Peterborough in a couple of days. This was a Friday night fixture. We play them, I think, is it on the Monday? When do we play them? Let's take a look here. Tuesday. So a nice little gap in between as well, and I'll see you for it in just a moment. Third in the table. Look at that. Alright gang, welcome back. Second game of the episode, and team-wise I'm going to keep it exactly the same as the team that just won that game. Marky Fletcher is the only real player that I think might be switched out. Charlie Dale probably fancies it. I don't know, it's tricky. I mean, he's quite well-rounded, left-footed, plays sort of a more hold-up player game, so I think we might give him a go actually. I'm going to. Marky Fletcher, never nice to drop in, viewers, but he's not been doing massive amounts. Yeah, he got an assist in the last game, but they need to score goals, and he's not really doing that at the moment. So Burton in goal, France, Nelson, Raggett and Seddon, Pozzo, Johansson, Bigger Imano, Alabiusu, Stevens and Dale up top through the middle. Good game management last match, I thought. Hopefully we need the same again in this one. That does largely rely on what I'm capable of doing, though, I realise. So, let's not be too hopeful. As they're going 4-3-3, they're going for it. Only one regen in their side as well, which is Reece Clark in goal, on loan from Bristol. Good handling, good reflexes. Not amazing elsewhere. I mean, agility and jumping reach was quite good, but I don't know. Testing, viewers. Come on. Why do I keep instructing the viewers to do things? You have no say over this. I wish you did. I feel like some of you would do a much better job at this than me. Anyway, Peterborough versus Boston United. Let's get it going. Peterborough, by the way, win a very early corner. You can see both of us on 21 points, which makes this match the perfect one to bring you today. It could be the difference between pushing for those automatic spots or settling for a playoff position or not being in the conversation at all, as Malt with a strike just over. We've had to make a change quite early on, actually. Alfie Jones has gone off. I think former, I'm going to guess Southampton, and Mitchell's come on to replace him. 20 minutes gone. It's been a very even game, I would say, so far. Nothing between the two sides, but a chance for a tee. You can see Dale with his hold-up play. I've bigged this up, so it better be good now. He's left-footed as well, so I'm not worried, as he tries a very ambitious ball with his back to the play and launches it forward. It does go all the way back to Clark then, and a chance for us to reset as it's played forward. And Peterborough, you've got to say, knocking it around very quickly with a little bit of authority as well. As Aina, I don't remember how to say his name, but I had him at Salford. Shot comes in from Francois and hits the crossbar and goes over. I remember having Ola Anya. I think it was Anya. I think it was said like that maybe. We had him once upon a time. Very, very quick. I remember at fullback. But we're back on the ball here. Speaking of fullbacks, it was Rob France with it and gets it again from Alabiusi. We're very, very patient in our play. You wonder if a big switch might be called upon, or maybe a run in behind. Can Charlie Dale get moving? Alabiusi takes it himself though. Finds Stevens. Oh, it's a good shot and a good chance, but not a goal. 25 minutes gone. Corner for us. Pozzo to deliver this one in, and well, not great. You can see like Millwall on 21 now coming into the conversation. Goal difference as well at the moment. Very, very tight indeed. And we're not a side that have scored huge amounts this season. It's got to be said. We've been quite passive. And I'm already thinking in this game, oh my word, what's happened? Dale with a chance. Oh my goodness. Okay, well, they kicked it back to him. You can only assume he headed it out. And Dale, I think should have done more. Should definitely have tested the keeper a little bit as we get towards half time. They've not had a shot on target yet, and a corner for us before this half ends. Pozzo plays it in, goes over everybody, but Dale will pick this one up and recycle the possession back to Biggery Manor, who we've seen little of in this game, or last actually. Pozzo back on the ball again, inside Biggery Manor. Oh, of course! Gail Biggery Manor, 9th of the season, another shot from distance, banging them in. I'm not sure he scored a goal from inside the penalty area. He's part of the move as well. Lovely switch of play from him to begin with. Pozzo gets on the ball, he plays it back across, it's deflected away, and Biggery Manor on the half volley bangs it into the back of the net. Beautiful goal, beautiful. There's not many goals that'll get you out of your seat on Football Manager, viewers, but that was one of them. And while I thought half-time would be here by now, there is another highlight. Oh, goodness me. What's happened? Okay, it's fine. The highlight from earlier is continuing as Peterborough come forward. Massive chance for them and great defend. 21 there. Nelson, sensational defending. So half-time, good team talk, and into the second half straight away. So far, looking really good. You can already see that this puts us second, just behind Walsall, and we leapfrog Norwich as things stand. Of course, a side that have come down from the Championship. They sold a lot of players. They brought in around 15 million, I think, from player transfers. So a side well stacked in terms of infrastructure. But we're battling them quite well at the moment. As the ball goes in, cleared away. Johansson with a strike. Oh, my word. He's seen what Biggery Manor can do. And it's his first of the season. Sindri Johansson. I think someone in the comments yesterday may well have given me some advice on this like pronunciation. I go with Sindri Johansson. It might be wrong, but it's in my brain now. It's locked in there forever. That is even better than the strike we saw earlier. Goodness me. What a strike times 2. Goodness. Whoa. I was talking about the goal difference. It's starting actually to look good for us. Another goal, and we'll be laughing as out towards Seddon. Not the greatest goal kick. Seddon, love that. Great control from the fullback. You don't want to just see him like head it back or knock it back. We're very possession focused on this team. And Stevens there plays it forward to Dale, gives the ball away. But we do look, even when we're doing that, we're putting a bit of pressure on. We're looking for those channels and trying to make the best of a bad situation. But in these defensive areas, keep the ball. You know, let's make sure we're not losing it in silly areas. Creating chances for ourselves, getting our fullbacks involved. You can already see France on that side pushing forward. He may well get the ball at some point as well. As they both go forward. Biggery Manor with another shot from distance, of course. So many of them. Just loves a long shot, Biggery Manor. And so do I. As again, we work it really nicely. Can France put it in? No, he's only going to win a corner. And I'm going to make the prediction, viewers. And I was right earlier on. I'll be right again. This will come to nothing. All right, 2-0 to the good. Maybe some changes. Dale's had a solid game, but I think in terms of energy, Marky Fletcher's going to come on and maybe give us a bit extra in the final few minutes. The highlight, by the way, from the corner is still going on. I'm not sure if something's going to come from this at the end of it, but Dale races forward and, well, it's palmed off, but Biggery Manor goes for goal again from outside the area. Doesn't decide to take it closer. Why would he? And it's still 2-0. Seddon on the ball. Back to Pozzo. Raggett now as well. Plays it up towards Marky Fletcher. Doesn't quite get there, but our midfield there to recycle it. And Rob France, you can see, racing forward straight away. Him and Alabiusi combine beautifully on that side. They've done it in seasons gone by, and they're doing it again. Biggery Manor from outside the box. It's not on target. France now, picking up again. And this is highlights galore. We're not seeing too many clear-cut opportunities, but Marky Fletcher goes for a goal. Clark in the Peterborough goal is doing a really good job. We've had 12 shots on target, scored 2 goals. He's the man of the match, and I suspect because of that, he'll be given a 6.3 average rating. Marky Fletcher on it. Can he find the ball to Stevens? He can. Stevens races away. Can he pull it back across? Again, good defending from the pacey Enya. Or Aina. Or, I don't know. I can't even remember what I said a few years ago. Ball whipped in. And, yeah, corners have done nothing in this game. We're going to go defensive. We're going to get Joe Allen on for Pozzo and just shut this down now. What a save. I thought that was just going to be like a nothing highlight, but it turned into an amazing save from Burton. And with just 5 seconds to go then, it looks as if Boston United will have done the double. They won the first against Lincoln, who have dropped away to 14th, it must be said, and now we've beaten Peterborough and certainly look like contenders for promotion this year. Really, really positive episode. The only sour point for me is that we're not getting goals from our forward players. Alabusi, Stevens, Fletcher or Dale, they're not massively involved. But regardless, a good performance all round and something we can take in to upcoming games. Speaking of which then, we've got some games coming up. Start of December, my bad, we play Norwich, and I think Norwich might be the game. We play Walsall in between, but it's a little bit close together. Maybe we'll do Walsall Exeter. I guess the next episode will be a mystery, viewers. We'll have to wait and see. But yeah, definitely going to focus on that Norwich game at some point, because that could be a big one in the context of the season. Of course, as I mentioned at the start of the video, if you haven't ended up enjoying this video, do leave a like on it, and if you want to see some more, make sure you subscribe to the channel. And before I go, thank you so much for the response on the video about mental health. Very, very kind, all the responses, and love to see sort of starting a bit of a conversation as well. So yeah, thank you for the 99% positive feedback on that. I appreciate it, and yeah, maybe we'll talk about it more sometime. We love with care. Goodbye. Oh, everything recorded? Are we good? Sounds good? Looks good? Perfect.